You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows like the one you're about to enjoy, visit electronicmediacollective.com. And now, our feature presentation.
The following broadcast is brought to you by Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. Marked Out Wrestling Podcast is not affiliated, nor do our opinions reflect those of WWE, NXT, TNA, Ring of Honor, New Japan, or any other professional wrestling promotion.
Gather one, gather all, smart marks of the world unite. This is SmackDown.
And now for the most opinionated man in the world. He once accused Stephen Hawking of talking too much. He thinks women's suffrage is a plot by the Chinese. He covered his new daughter's room with soundproofing so she wouldn't disturb him. Either you agree with him or you're wrong. Basically.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Here is the Jew who leads the crew.
That is right. I am the Jew that leads the crew. I'm back here to host SmackDown. Brian, thank you for taking care of me this weekend, hosting Backlash.
That sounded dirty.
You know what I meant.
You're welcome.
You know what I meant. What are you pointing at, Stevie?
What about it? Screen.
Broadcaster.
Oh, okay. Just say it.
You want everybody to see you, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Everybody can see how fucking
There you
tired
go.
I am from the weekend. Kiera's joining us. What's up, Kiera?
Hey guys. Hey Adam. It's
Hey,
good
Adam.
to have you back, man.
Hey, Adam.
Thank you.
Congrats, Adam.
Thank you, Stevie. Heavy Brian's here. What's up, Brian?
Hello. Oh.
Big sausage pizza came in.
Yeah.
We were just talking about it.
He'll deliver that later, I guess.
Mike from Brazil.
Yeah. We got Bob via the U-Record fan line. What's going on, Bob?
Not much, man. I am stunned you got out of the house 4 days out of having a baby.
Hey, it happens.
I imagine she is hot at you right now.
Oh, heck no. I wear the pants. She's probably happy.
Oh, he's got her married, man.
You know she ain't
She's a great
listening to
woman.
the show.
Hey, my boob didn't have to stay at home, so I mean that's just why it happened.
Jesus.
Hey, so who's on the board, Brian?
She can't hear you.
Yeah, exactly. She might be listening. I might be in trouble now.
Let's see. We want to welcome. We have Daniel Price, Perfect 11, Noah Coons, Christopher Stikelether, ATM Paul, Juan Rodriguez, and
Perfect 11, too.
Yeah, and I think I said Perfect 11.
You
right?
did, didn't
I think
you?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good one, guys. Let's get housekeeping out of the way.
Housekeeping. Housekeeping.
Come back later, please.
Housekeeping.
Not now.
Housekeeping.
Go away.
I come in anyway.
Welcome to Marked Out Wrestling Podcast, and here are your housekeeping notes. Please listen and watch us as we expand our content for you, the Marked Out universe. Monday night, Rawsome. Tuesday night, SmackDown. Thursday, NXT Takedown. Bob versus the World. The Weekly Squash. The Power Slam Dance Show with Brian and Golda. Our heavy-handed heavies will discuss and interview indie talent throughout the country, coast to coast. You can join the conversation on Twitter at SmartMarkShow or call the fan line 704-444-0084 during the show, or you can leave a message for our next one. Visit MarkedOutWrestling.com for all other social media platforms. We are excited to announce that Marked Out Wrestling has now joined the Bubba Radio Army. Visit BubbaArmyRadio.com for listings. Get connected. Get connected. Get connected. Get connected.
Oh my God!
I said no.
Okay, I clean.
No, get out of here.
I stick finger in your mouth. Housekeeping.
Okay.
Okay.
I really like on the board Daniel Price calling me the patriarchal Hebrew in the house.
Patriarchal brew. No, that doesn't work.
Daddy Jew.
No. Perfect 11 asked, it is a baby girl, and she's going to manipulate the shit out of me for my entire life.
And she's very beautiful.
Yeah, and
I don't know how the hell Adam made her.
I got great genes. I mean, we've discussed this. Jewish. Hello.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly. Bob, do we have a bullshit tonight or no?
No, we do not have full news tonight.
Okay. We'll get right into the mud report and the nitty gritty. We got 3 key ingredients. We got character flaws. We got a lot of fun. Let it breathe and go, Brian.
They see me rolling, they hating.
trolling and trying to catch me riding dirty. Trying to catch me riding dirty. Trying to catch me riding dirty. Trying to catch me riding dirty.
Ooh, I'm gonna let this one breathe a little bit longer than usual. No, let's go. Let's get fucking into it. All right, right off the bat, Cedric Alexander back. He's back in ring action. He had a match, I guess, just tonight, and so we'll be seeing him back on 205 Live. Kiara, that pizza looks fucking fantastic.
I was trying to offer you a piece, dude.
No, it's okay. I'm still.
For those in the home audience wondering why she's quiet, she got delivered food by Rob, and ever since then she's just munching down.
There he is. Nice. Hello, Mr. Rob. How are you?
He's got his cocktail, so he's good.
Yeah, he's
too.
good. He's good to go. Let's see what else.
You just missed it.
What's that,
Adam
Bob?
just asked me if we were doing bullshit tonight.
Well, he's actually not on. He's not on his headphones yet, Bob.
Yeah, but you can keep asking. He'll catch up at some point.
It was also rumored that they're going to be announcing the first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match for WWE, the next pay-per-view.
Really now?
Finally, a good reason.
They were doing a number one contenders match next week for that.
Yeah, that is confusing because they did announce that, Bob, and they did confirm that on Talking Smack. So, yeah. Brian, that would be awesome because it would be finally something to throw all 6 women in that's new. But if that was a rumor, it was kind of undid tonight, like Bob said.
Well then, see, this is the bullshit. This is bullshit.
It's bullshit.
That's bullshit. See, there we go. What else? They announced the women's tournament is called the Mae Young Classic. That's a thing.
Well, I mean, we got the Dusty Rhodes Invitational. Why not have the Mae Young Classic?
Right. I love that they're elevating. They're really now trying to bring in, everything that the men do, they're going to do for the women also. That's why I cannot wait if they ever do a Paul Heyman girl. That would be cool.
Oh, I would dig that. I like that.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I know.
Oscar.
Wait.
Oscar.
You mean Paul Heyman managing a woman or a woman?
No.
That's what I thought you were talking about too.
Yes.
Okay.
No, not like
making sure.
Not a female version.
You weren't
of Paul
talking about
Heyman.
Chaz Bono. You weren't talking about
Chaz Bono.
What? You understand the reference?
That's still a reference. Yeah.
And that's it. Let's just move on. Let's get into the show because there's a lot to cover.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
We'll just get right into it.
What you need to make a good SmackDown is your 3 key ingredients.
So we got some fun ones tonight. Our first one is going to be Back on the Case. Our second one is Show Me What You Think. That was Kiara whistling. And our third one is the Maharaja Carpet Ride. Let's get right into it.
Number one,
Back on the Case. They teased tonight that the fashion police might be turning in their squirt guns, ending their everything. Rob, put it on mute.
Sorry.
And basically, we're not ready for it to go. I think it would be too soon. This is definitely a gimmick that has some time limitations on it. They can't run it forever. But I don't think we're done with it yet. Do you, Brian?
No, not at all. I mean, they even teased it tonight. Even when they were, introducing it, they had a little question mark at the beginning of the graphic. But I think that they're going to keep doing it. And I was actually very surprised that they even teased that this was the finish, just because.
Yeah, me too.
Because of how WWE also, they always kind of just hammer everything into the ground.
Oh, yeah.
And it was absolutely kill it.
It was out of nowhere. I mean,
but they did get squashed again tonight.
That was I kind of was like. I mean, as soon as they started, I was like, no, they're getting matches tonight. I didn't think for 1 second that they were ending it.
Well, that's our point. Is that why even tease that, Bob? Because they're getting over. This would be the dumbest move ever.
So it would be an easy way for Shane to say, no, don't go anywhere. In fact, here are matches.
Well, but I mean, why do that? Why have these characters questioning their whatever after their first title match? I mean, if that were the case,
they're cartoon characters.
I feel like they're adding a little bit of more. I mean, they're still obviously they're going to be silly, but I feel like they're getting a little bit more serious. I mean, just a tad.
Well, I mean, they're playing into their role in a more serious nature. They're not jokingly going along with the fashion police and writing tickets. They're acting like it's they're acting like they're the big boss man, not to start anything with Rob and Bob.
One guy won a match with a squirt gun to the face tonight.
Exactly, but I mean that's the gimmick that they're embracing and kind of going with that. It worked for New Day. I'm not saying that they're the New Day by any stretch of the imagination, which, by the way, we saw them return on Talking
They
Smack.
might be more like the end zone cast of SmackDown.
Right.
But
Be the bridesmaids for a while or something like that. The guys can go in the ring. They've got a gimmick that's not terrible. It's fairly unique in what it is. I mean, I don't know. I agree with Bob. Like, yeah, it's stupid and have Shane, be the reason that they stay together. I'm just saying, I don't know why they would even think that's something to do.
I just thought it was like a cop drama where every time somebody screws up, they say, turn in your gun for magic gun. And I thought it was just playing off that.
Oh, like the commissioner. You guys are on double secret probation.
Well, even Fandango's his first line during that promo was, "You shaved your mustache."
Oh yeah.
What happened to your mustache?
Yeah,
ridiculous.
That was why would he even think that? Like it didn't make any sense. I wrote something else down too. The Uggos back on the case 1-on-1. I mean, they've got a little shtick going here that kind of plays. And even when they were talking about the Ascension, I feel like they could do this with any rival, and why not keep it going?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
All right, let's move on though. Let's get to the nitty gritty.
Number 2.
Show me what you think. We got Money in the Bank participants, 6 of them tonight. Basically the entire top of the roster minus the 2 people that are going to be discussed in topic number 3, Jinder and Randy in their rematch. But we got KO, we got Sami Zayn, we got AJ Styles, Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, Nakamura, and Kevin Owens. What I want to cite about this very specifically, and then I'll get into Bob first, is when AJ was going around talking about all the opponents, there were crickets after everybody's name. The crowd was actually chanting AJ Styles in the background while he was trying to do a pop test for the others. It was just, I don't know where they're going. Later on, when Nakamura was talking, he got chants and stuff like that. But in that first rundown, nobody got a pop. Bob, what did you think of the segment?
I was really kind of once Shane for some reason announced only 5 people in the match, and then once Owens bitched, he got put in the match. Like I lost interest in it completely after that because that was one of the dumbest things I'd ever seen.
Well,
but no, I mean honestly, looking at this crowd, it's either Corbin or Zayn that wins. Like,
really?
There are no more rules as to what we should think. If Jinder is your champion, there's no more rules as to who we think should probably win this match.
Well, and we'll get to Jinder on the next topic, but you really think that it's going to be Sami or Baron?
Because that's the thing we shouldn't expect. There's no way to predict anymore.
Hey, on the board, Christopher Steichleather wrote that exact thing, Bob. He said Sami or Baron wins Money in the Bank, so he's right there with you.
Baron's been a rumored favorite for a while now, too.
Yeah, and so now AJ will win because we're not thinking somebody main is going to win. It's just Jinder has fucked everything up as far as logic in wrestling.
It's Jinder's fault.
What about Easter eggs? Meaning, if you look back at the last probably 12 Sami Zayn promos, 10 of them he made some comment, who knows, I could be champion one day.
Well, yeah, but everybody kind of says that. But you're right. I see the little Easter egg thing. My biggest thing is AJ Styles and Nakamura, no matter what, are probably going to steal this match, even if neither one of them takes the briefcase home. Can we all agree on that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Dolph's there to take the big bump.
I think
Kevin's going to be there,
all
too.
Kevin will do. I think this is a good.
Mentioning even they mentioned it on in Talking Smack that he's the only one to have won it before, and you know that Vince would love to make another thing for CM Punk not special.
That is true. Well,
you got a point there.
Yeah, technically, because Edge cashed in 2, but Edge didn't win 2. CM Punk is the only one to win 2.
Now you realize that Nakamura and AJ is on the fast track to Mania, right?
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
if they might have like a 2-minute kind of together moment in the ring for Money in the Bank just to get the crowd to pop. But I bet
Rob, you missed it
they're
tonight.
going to separate those two, aren't they?
They had them as tag team together tonight in the main event for SmackDown.
Really?
So it could be yes.
That should happen.
I believe that they're going to keep them apart until Mania, which they should, which during the Attitude Era they would have done. But I guarantee you we'll see those two fight each other at least 17 times between now and Mania.
Well, Bob,
for their special Mania match.
Bob, I agree with you, but here's the other thing. Like, creatively, they don't really have, I mean, there's 6 guys, or maybe 8 if you count Jinder and Randy in this, and the pairings between now and Mania, they don't really have that much to work with. I mean, there's only so many shufflings of those pairings they can do.
I agree, and that's what I'm saying. We'll see this very special matchup at least 17 times before Mania.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you know, you're probably right. Kiera, what did you think about this segment? Who do you pick as your dark horse or winner of the Money in the Bank?
I was actually going with Shinsuke. I mean, he's my guy. I was really.
You don't think it's too soon?
It could be too soon, but there's always that debut newcomer that becomes champion or gets pushed up to champion. Like Paige. I mean, her main roster debut, she became women's champion first night she was there, so why not?
But I don't know. The briefcase, I think, is just something a little bit different because it's saying your future. It's not like necessarily giving you the belt that night.
Yeah,
well, it is
for Sheamus.
Well, it is an accolade for him to hold on to, and that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to win the title if he does cash in.
I mean, who'd you guys say, Baron or
down the road?
And would KO possibly? I mean, getting added to this match, could he win it and carry the briefcase and the title, the U.S. title?
He
the
could.
reason why I think he could win it is because one of the things you have to think about now with the Money in the Bank is who can have a cool personalized briefcase. And Kevin Owens with a red, white, and blue case would make total sense.
Well, one other thing before I go to Brian for the board on this is we've got Extreme Rules is putting the top 5 on the roster against each other for a number 1 contender spot. And then we have over on SmackDown, they're doing the top 6 and kind of like a Money in the Bank. It feels to me like the women's division on SmackDown, they always throw 6 people out there all the time. It feels like now they're applying that to the top of the card on both shows. And is it lazy or is it creating an actual vacuum of opportunity for the others below?
No, it is lazy. You said creating an option of vacuum. What'd you say?
Like to give other people, so basically similar to Elimination Chamber and some of the other matches where they put all these big guns in the main event and then you have time on the undercard for these other feuds to develop.
No, I just think it's pure laziness.
Brian, what's the board saying? Anything relevant?
Yeah, I mean, they're talking about the participants in the Money in the Bank match. Daniel Price just says that Styles and Nakamura is definitely a slow burn, so I think kind of like what we're saying is that they might interact a little bit, but I don't think they're going to be. There's not anything really of consequence with them just yet.
I have a question for Bob and you, Brian.
Yeah,
Brian.
Huh?
I'm not a New Japan Pro Wrestling watcher.
Okay,
right? So is a ladder match a thing in New Japan?
No,
not often.
So it's safe to say that maybe Nakamura doesn't have much, if any, experience in a ladder match.
Safe to say that, yeah,
limited.
I don't think. I can't remember ever hearing of him being in a ladder match.
Okay.
I mean, it may have happened, but it's like something like a ladder match is a fucking feud ender.
Perfect 11 says if they have a number 1 contenders match every other week, then what does it really mean to be number 1 contender? He's kind of got a point there.
It's true. I mean, they only have one big show every month and a half.
Well, and now Brian, maybe on your one dirt sheet there about them having a Money in the Bank, maybe that number 1 contender next week fights before they get to Money in the Bank. Maybe they cashed in the following week. Like they didn't necessarily say, and Bob, correct me if I'm wrong, that the number 1 contender would be the contender for Money in the Bank, did they?
That's what I thought they were saying, but I could clearly be incorrect.
Well, and they said that about Dean and Miz, and then said no, we're going to fight next week instead.
They change their minds all the time.
Yeah, so who fucking knows? Maybe we all heard the right thing, and they just fucking fucked us again. Let's just go on.
Number 3.
The Maharaja Carpet Ride. Jinder Mahal. The one thing I've got to say to open this segment is it looked like when the Singh brothers came out of Gorilla, it looked like It's a Small World after all.
It did.
With large people, and they were the little people walking amongst them. I don't know if I was the only one.
That.
You got that vibe too?
Yeah, I got that vibe, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not...
Very Bollywood.
And that's not racist. I'm just picking on their height. They're short.
Nationalist.
Okay. But I will say, though, does anybody here want to argue that was not one of the most pimp
It was
champion entrances ever?
The most what, Bob?
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, just an amazing champion entrance.
What do you think about the J&J putting the carpet for him to get out of the car every time?
J&J.
I mean, they do realize that's the wrong red carpet, right?
Daniel Price on the board is calling him Maharoja.
Maharoja? Ooh. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Maharoja.
Maharoja.
Thank you. I can't say it right.
I know.
Maharaja?
I have a problem saying that.
Maharaja.
No, Maharaja.
Yeah, earlier Brian was reading the word Maharaja, and he said Maharaja is how he read it.
Mitsubishi.
Yeah,
whatever.
That's worse than some of the words Rob said, since Rob wanted to chime in there while he's choking.
Yeah.
So we got a rematch. It's in Randy's hometown. I know a couple people on the board said, Daniel Price says Orton wins in his hometown, then gets cashed in on and loses to the briefcase right away.
Okay. Noah. Read Noah's.
Noah's, he hates to stroke Rob's ego, but he was right. I'm starting to dig Jinder's evil heel gimmick. Now, we're getting ahead of ourselves, but I wasn't on the Backlash reaction show. My thing about Jinder, and this is my only knock, I like the way that he was built up. I like the way that they've introduced it. I like everything that's happened about it to elevate him to champion, and I have no problem with him as champion right now. The only issue I have is the reasoning. He got a push because they want the Indian market. There are plenty of other people on both rosters, either show, that could get this level of push and be believable as champion, and the only reason he won the lottery is because of his skin color or heritage.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand why they can't do this for other people. It's proven, because Jinder is, in my opinion, getting over as this. It's proven that they could do this with a character, but most times they don't.
Well, it's because they don't strike TV deals that reach what is it, 1.2 billion people,
yeah,
and
there.
I mean that's their whole reason behind this.
But the thing is you can build a superstar this way anytime you want. You could give this gimmick, this push to any superstar that's never had the title, and watch them ascend. And he beat Randy Orton. I mean, yeah, it was a little bit of a hook or crook scenario and stuff, but the match wasn't that terrible, and he got over against a 13-time champion. So they could book that for anybody. Anybody could slide into that Jinder slot and get that booking and be believable as champion.
Well, I do want to say this on the board. Daniel Price and Perfect 11, they're questioning why this is even in your landscape of thinking.
My landscape of thinking is because if you have, let's say, Jinder Mahal and two other people that are exactly his talent level and could get the same level of push to the belt, the reason they chose him is because of a TV deal. Not because he was better than the other two candidates. They chose him because of a TV deal. They could have pushed Baron Corbin, let's say, and Luke Harper the exact same way to elevate them to a championship status right now. But they chose to go with Jinder Mahal because of a TV deal over, let's say, Baron and Luke Harper. I'm just throwing three names out there, but if you're trying to compare who's better, and the guy that gets the nod, it's not even on seniority, it's because he's of a different ethnicity. That's the only reason I'm pointing it out. That's the only reason I'm making an issue of it, is because I don't think you should win the lottery because of that. I think you should judge them on who deserves that push. And I'm not saying that he wouldn't come to the top of that list anyway, but I'd rather be sitting here.
The member of 3MB is the fucking champion.
What can be Heath Slater, baby?
What if somebody saw some promise in him and said, you know what, I want to see him with the title, and I want to see it quickly.
I mean, he doesn't cut a bad promo.
And that's the thing, Rob, is if they saw that, if Jinder was like, if he won out of the three candidates for this push because of that, I'd be fine with it. But it's so obvious he won because of a TV deal.
Yes, but that's if you want to be the bitchy Bob version of the smart. No. I want to be the Mark, and I want to say that Jinder has an appeal that could work now, maybe not later. So
that is true.
At least until they go on a
and
tour.
They're capitalizing
after
on
the
it.
tour
So
in
what?
India.
That is a great point to capitalize on stuff. My I guess challenge then to WWE is do this in the future for somebody else that they can get this level of push, and it had nothing to do with the now and the deal and the perfect timing and all of that. What do you got, Brian?
I mean, Perfect 11 just brings up a really good point. Talking about being at the right place at the right time. He just says, would Hulk Hogan have given his big push if WWF wasn't making its push into network TV distribution? I mean,
yes.
Talk about a guy that just kind of happened to have a look that Vince liked at the time.
He would have.
You think he would?
He was, 6'8", fucking
but all those guys were back
24-inch
pythons, brother.
He had it.
Eventually,
He had it. He might have got a quicker push because of network deals, but no, Hogan would have been there.
Yeah, he gets
regardless.
And that's one thing, Jinder. You could say he got a quicker push because of network deals, but do we say that he has it?
No.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't go that
he
far.
has it for right now.
Okay.
It's like a Bray Wyatt it.
Basically,
last call. We're drunk. That's who we're taking home.
Well, I'm just saying that.
Damn.
Well, no, we've gone. Okay, yeah. We've gone to the bar every night for the past month, and we've slept with the same 5 girls over and over and over again. And then all of a sudden, here's a new one. It's like, oh, here's something different. We'll mix it up for a night and see how it goes. And that's what I'm seeing right here.
I can't believe we're comparing Jinder Mahal to a one-night stand.
Jinder Mahal has zit.
Oh, he's got them all over his back.
Yeah.
That's why he's the Maharaja.
I really think that heat rashes.
Maharaja.
Heat rashes?
Yeah. It looks like, people that like are sensitive to heat and like they start breaking out and
Maybe.
whatnot.
OxyClean.
All right, guys, let's move on to this.
Ingrown hair.
All right, quick speed round for tonight. Instead of necessarily talking about who's going to win the Money in the Bank, somebody on the board said they're going to cash in right away after Randy retains. Here's the speed round question. How long does the person who win the briefcase hold it? Do they hold it for a good period of time? Are they going to cash in right away? Kara, what do you think?
I don't know. Like, it wasn't always like this a few years back, but it seems as of like recently they like for the Money in the Bank winner to hold the case for like a year. I don't think it should be that way.
It alternates. They've played it out all different ways at this point. So you think it's going to be quick?
I would like for it to be quick.
Okay.
Oh, good to know for the future.
Yeah. It makes Rob's work easier. Stevie, what do you think? Long hold or quick turnaround?
It all depends on who wins it. If I'm leaning towards Nakamura, I would say hold on to it till Mania, but...
Okay, now, I'm going to piggyback off you because I feel the same way. If Nakamura were to win it, I hope he holds it for a long time. If it's Baron or Sammy like Bob thinks, I'd rather it cashed in sooner than later and see what they can do because SummerSlam's around the corner. Bob, what do you think about this?
Depends on who. I mean, it depends on who it is. If it's Dolph, I'd like to see a nice slow burn with it because he had his cashed in so fast last time. I'd like to kind of see him play on that arrogance some. If it's Zayn, Zayn or Corbin, burn it immediately. Burn it that night. Go ahead, make champion number 51, get it over with, and let's move on.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget, Jinder is champion number 50. Rob, what's your take on this?
My take is the mirror world of NXT, how we see the main roster mirror kind of when NXT starts. And if you look at Zayn won the title in glorious fashion in NXT and lost it almost fucking immediately. Nakamura wins it immediately and then holds it forever. So, yeah.
I think KO's going to do it to him.
Well, that's fine. But if it's Nakamura, he has to hold that forever, like Seth Rollins did. But if it's Sami Zayn, maybe less than Sheamus did.
So you're saying it depends on the person?
Yeah. Actually, if it's Sami Zayn, I don't think he wins.
I don't think he doesn't cash in.
The list of people who have held the WWE title.
We looked it up the other day. It was it was a massive list. It's actually on the website.
I don't think there should be
It's exactly 50 people.
Yeah, yeah.
It is painful to read that list, and then at the bottom is fucking Jinder Mahal.
All right, well, we got one more opinion on the speed round here to go with.
In with everybody else.
Hi, Brian.
What's your take, Brian?
Hey, I mean, like we said, I think it really just kind of depends on who wins. For me, I do think that
Spit it out, Brian.
I'm very torn on it, but I do want to say I think it's going to be Baron Corbin. I think that all the other guys are just kind of go balls to the wall and just kind of decimate each other. And Corbin is the one.
Can I say something? Can I just say something?
I threw my mouth right there.
Yeah. What do you got, Kier?
I don't think there should be a set time or anything like that on who should hold it the longest or the shortest. I think this should be a way of letting, I guess, the universe see who could be the best in, I guess, working up to cash in for the title.
I think you should eat your wings.
On the board, they're talking about Kane cashing in on the same night on Mysterio right after he won it. Dean Ambrose, that's how he won the title. when he had the briefcase, he cashed it in that night. So, I mean, they've done that fairly recently. So I don't think they'll do it the same night, but I'd probably pick Baron at this point. Kara, don't get those wings in your mouth.
Sorry.
You know why? It's
Is
time.
that time?
It's time.
It's time.
Oh, yes.
Character flaws. Character flaws.
Character
flaws. Character flaws.
Character flaws. Character flaws.
Kind of sounds like I Dream of Jeannie there. So tonight, Kiera is going to do her character flaws in the style of Triple H, and we got to guess what she's doing. Of course, I assigned it to her, so I'm not going to guess. Board, you can play as well. Kiera, take it away as Triple H.
Okay. All right. Let me get my voice clear.
You know you're on, right? Whenever you're ready.
I know. I know I'm on.
Dead air.
Let me get to it, damn it. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? I'm losing my bearing.
She lost her bearing after 2 sentences.
Is he really doing this? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. This guy has never had any experience in this field in his entire life. Oh my gosh. Did you see that grapple? Oh no. He's taking him down. Oh no, this is not looking good. Oh, there's a blow to the face. Stop. That's all I have.
What the fuck?
That's all I have.
Gay porn?
And I know what Adam's doing.
I was trying. It's kind of hard commentating instead of like. It's kind of hard commentating instead of like giving a promo or a speech.
So he was commentating.
John Estrada said this segment made his cock ring slide off.
What are you
I just thought I'd throw that one out there. All right.
That's bad.
Board members here in the studio and Bob on the YouRecord fan line.
Fuck you.
Ever heard?
Let's guess what Triple H is doing. Let's start with Bob. What's your guess?
She literally just told us she was commentating
Okay, but it's more specific.
a match.
Well, that's good. I didn't think I was giving up that much.
To show how good Kira is at this, she's not commentating. That's not what she's doing. So Bob is wrong. I know, but she's wrong. That's not what her card said.
Well, it's close to it. I mean, you wanna...
Directing gay porn.
All right, Rob loses. Steve?
Is it directing the Anchorman fight scene or something?
No. Brian?
Watching a Roman Reigns match.
On the board, ATM Paul and Daniel Price have basically the closest. They said watching MMA. Daniel Price says calling a UFC fight.
I thought about that.
That's pretty good.
What she had she was supposed to be. He's watching CM Punk lose his UFC debut.
What the fuck?
I know. I didn't get to it. I was trying to like
That's
work
because you
up to
spent
it.
12 minutes of dead air figuring it out.
No, I did the whole gestures and the. So.
You're fired.
You guys are giving up on me?
Yeah.
Well, fuck you.
No, we love it.
No,
we love it. We're not getting rid of this shit.
Never. This should never end.
Christopher Stykeleather says, calling a UFC fighter playing Injustice 2. All right, we're going to move on.
You know, times are changing. Ladies can do stuff now.
Sometimes.
And you're going to have to learn how to deal with that.
All right, Brian, you ready to bum us out?
No, what are you talking about?
This day in wrestling history.
No, Juan. That is a terrible guess on the board, Juan.
What did he say?
What was it?
He said that she's watching, that Triple H was watching China's pornography.
Ooh. Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
Brian.
All right. Well, 18 years ago, on in an episode of Sunday Night Heat, there was a match where Meat defeated Brian Christopher. So that happened.
Pronoun.
Also,
who's Meat?
Who was that?
Oh, that's a guy from Porky's, right?
No, Sean Stasiak, right?
Oh.
When he first came to WWF.
Me.
And also,
Is it part of the Dicks? No.
No, and Owen Hart died at this event too. That was that one too. So that was that was the thing.
And
there's Brian.
So
anything else?
That's really what happened this day.
That's all. That's it.
Wow.
Sorry.
Go away,
Sorry, guys.
fat man.
Sorry.
What was the bummer there? That
Brian,
Owen died, or that Sean Stasiak and that Stan Stasiak and Lawler's kid had careers in WWE?
I think that Owen dying, I would think, is the bummer.
Maybe.
That's the
That was a
bummer
big
there?
one.
Okay.
I don't know.
All of that shit's tragic.
Oh, okay. Anyway, we're gonna move on.
SmackDown presents
Good, bad, and glorious.
Go ahead. Make my day.
I just want to say that Meat was from the movie Porky's.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Porky's.
You never saw Porky's?
I've seen meatballs.
No, Porky's.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
No,
fucking
it's
same.
not even
In
close.
no
Shit.
fucking way, it's the same thing.
You were thinking of Nick
Brian.
the Dick from Bachelor Party.
Jesus
Nick the
Christ.
No.
Oh, Meat. No, I don't want to read that, but if it's true, maybe I will. I don't know. I don't think that's
No reading is
at all accurate. We're going to start with good, and we're going to start with Bob. Kick us off. What was your good?
I'm going to say victory by squirt gun.
Victory by squirt gun? I'll give that to you. Brian?
You know what? I'm caving. Jinder Mahal's entrance.
There you go, Brian.
All right.
There you go, man.
The Mahajara of SmackDown.
The Maharaja. you
Whatever the fuck
fucking
it is.
Idiot.
The Taj Mahal.
Steve, you're good.
I had the same thing. Jinder, his coronation tonight was good.
All right. I'll give it to you. Kira?
You gotta love it. Jinder's celebration. I liked it.
All right. Rob?
I didn't see it, but I know it was good. Jinder, baby.
I'm going to go, just to be a little different, I'm going to go with Shinsuke and AJ, the little promo acknowledging that they got a history and stuff and tag teaming tonight. I thought that was good for me. Brian, what's the board say?
They're catching up, but Daniel Price has his on there. His good is Styles with the South Park references, which is true. He compared
Kevin.
He compared KO to Cartman.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Screw you guys.
Screw you guys, I'm going home. Hey,
Goddamn Jews.
Canadians. Fuck. What? Jews?
Jews.
He hates Jews.
Yeah, they started chanting Eric Cartman afterwards.
All right. I guess the board will catch up. We'll figure them out. We're going to go to bad. Kiara, start us off with bad.
My bad will have to be.
Food in your mouth.
Oh, you can hear that? Sorry, guys.
Yeah, we tell you all the time to swallow.
She's searching her notes right now. My bad is
Jesus Christ.
Hey, brother.
What?
brother.
I don't have a bad. Hey, oh my gosh.
I felt
I got a
generous.
ding.
I felt generous.
Oh, flying spaghetti monster. Thank you.
A flying spaghetti. What?
Flying Spaghetti Monster.
All right.
Flying. That's my
That's my god.
That's my deity.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. What do you got, Rob?
For the bad.
For your bad.
My bad is going to be. I only had a little bit of Captain Morgan left when I came home.
Oh,
This isn't Captain Morgan.
that's so.
You're fired.
Whoever's supposed to stock your cabinet,
the boss.
They're fired. Bob, you're bad.
The ninth time that Baron Corbin had to say, "You need to shut your mouth."
The ninth time.
Dude, did you not catch how
Yeah,
many
that was
times
bad.
he had to say it because he couldn't get his mic to work and he missed his cue and his steps starting over? It was funny as hell.
All right. What did you think about that, Vince Russo?
What?
Oh yeah.
I thought you'd say that.
Yeah. He never has anything intelligible to say. Stevie, did you go on bad?
Not yet. My bad is the fact that the welcoming committee is still a freaking thing, after the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I'm going to...
Yeah, just break it up by now, you know.
I'm going to piggyback off that. Just the women's division constantly having to be booked, all 6 fucking women out at the same exact time. Seriously, guys, just take a page from NXT, trot 2 of them out each week, and try and build some storylines. If that's all you've got time for is one women's segment, it doesn't mean you have to throw all 6 out. Brian, you're bad and the board.
You know what? For me, my bad was during the tag team titles match when they had the commercial break, but they also had they moved the match to a tiny little screen. I wanted to watch that match, and those commercials were fucking long too.
Yeah, that was
the women's match too.
Yeah, they did it during the women's match
Yeah,
too.
but
Which
it was fine with the women's match.
Yeah, exactly. I was even
cares?
saying. I mean, the welcome. I'm not really.
I was watching the commercials during that one.
Yeah, I was annoyed, but I mean, the fact that they did it during such a match like that, where they were actually promoting those guys during, Breezango during the episode, I just thought was careless.
Yeah,
the commercials weren't even shorter; they were much longer, or even like the same length of a what.
Nothing. I want to read John Estrada's real quick.
I'm sorry.
I want to give you some bulletin board shit here, Kiera.
Bad from the board, Rob.
John Estrada says, Kiera's segment, sorry, girl, but you can do better.
I saw that.
Bad. ATM Paul says Michael Jackson's 7th album. The women's champion for Juan, Christopher Steichleather, the whole women's segment. Daniel Price, knowing that Charlotte is going to try something dumb off the ladder for the female Money in the Bank that we don't think is potentially going to happen. And then Noah, bad for him. Adam thinking everything I say is wrong, even when I'm right about certain things.
Shut up, Noah.
Yeah, I don't know when you're right, so go to timeout. Let's move on.
You know we have a timeout function?
Do we?
I learned that. If you right-click on their fucking the dots on the right, you can put them in timeout.
Oh, we can really put them in
for
timeout?
like 300 seconds.
Oh!
Yeah.
See
300 seconds. 300
like
seconds.
around the horn.
We're learning.
I've been loving that shit.
We're learning.
I thought you were joking. Oh,
no,
shit,
fuck no. Put them in timeout.
Glorious Bob, kick us off.
For me, my glorious was Jinder's coronation party. I thought this shit was awesome.
Yeah, did you have a little It's a Small World? I know you've been to Disney. Did you not think of that with them walking through at all?
No, actually, I'm a true cinemaphile. Like, I'm a huge fan of Bollywood.
Oh.
And I knew what was coming tonight. It did not let me down.
Wait, it was a very Bollywood coronation. I agree with that.
They did It's a Small World?
No, it felt like it. When
flashbacks.
When the Singh brothers walked through, it felt like that. They just all look like that.
All right.
I'll give you a coin, Bob.
The board, John, just real quick, John Estrada says, test it, put no in timeout.
We'll figure it out. Steve, glorious.
Michael is just booking the cool 6-man Money in the Bank match because I think that's going to be a showstopper of a match to watch, no matter who wins.
Yeah, I'm curious about the rest of the card, but I do agree with that. Kiera, glorious.
No, I agree with that. I was thinking of that, but I didn't think it was going to be a good enough answer. But yeah, I'm down with it.
You, girl?
There are no dumb answers, only dumb people.
Well,
so don't worry about that.
I beg to differ.
Rob, glorious for you.
My glorious is the surprisingly beautiful Miss Isabel.
Yep,
she is gorgeous.
That was going to be my glorious. This is the glorious wonder that is Isabel, and the fact that I was able to create such an amazing thing.
Aww.
Brian, you and the board.
You said surprising. Did you have money on his baby being ugly?
No, I just kind of bet it would be.
Nah, I mean, look at Rob. He's somehow fucking lucked out too.
No, yeah, my baby's fucking way above me on the fucking scale.
Yeah. You put out like an 8 or 9 baby, and you're like a 4 or 5.
I will say this though: that the initial pictures, the first birth picture we saw of Isabel had the Adam wide open mouth, I'm catching flies fucking look.
Oh yeah, she's got my mouth.
But no, she's a gorgeous little girl.
She's gonna talk a shit ton. Drive me crazy.
No, she's gonna drive me.
Speaking of that, review us on iTunes.
Did you guys see Christopher Steichleather's comment about me?
We're getting there. Brian, glorious for you and the board.
My glorious was during 205 Live when Akira Tozawa did the flying senton off of to the outside of the table. That for me, that made my night. I know it's not SmackDown related, but sorry guys, that move fucking ruled.
It was pretty awesome. What's the board say?
Let's see. On the board, glorious for Perfect 11, Jinder's entrance. Noah, glorious. Nakamura and Styles teasing the internet. Yes, agreed. Daniel Price, glorious. That showing of respect Styles gave to Nakamura by letting him get the pin and trying not to cry on the turnbuckles when Shinsuke had his moment. Noah says Adam's... Oh, no, that's not his. I thought that was his glorious. I'm sorry.
He said that my daughter has to be 90% my fiance's looks.
That's true.
You jumped over Christopher Stikelether for Kiera.
Christopher Stikelether, glorious was Kiera.
Thanks, man.
You better watch your fucking mouth, bro.
ATM Paul, glorious. Me finding a way to make money and be a stay-at-home dad. He was talking about joining Lyft earlier. So,
talk to
Goldie.
He's
the Lyft driver.
That's right. Gold to flip-flops. He has no loyalty. He goes back and forth. Uber, Lyft. It's all the same. Who booked that? Who booked that? Bob, start us off.
I would probably say it would have to be the women's match, just because, there was nothing really garbage tonight. The women's match was the worst of the show, so there you go.
There you go. All right. We'll take it. I'll give you some points. Steve, who booked that?
Yeah, I'm going to say the women's match, too.
Rob?
Especially commercial break.
Who booked that for me is, again, Miss Isabel. But I thought about that. Who booked that? The answer is Captain Morgan's.
You're welcome.
Perfect timing on that one. See, sometimes I get the sound effects right. In any event,
kayfabe.
Yeah. What do you got over there, Kiera?
No, I had the women's match. It's probably going to be that way for me until something else happens. So
no babies.
Sorry, ladies.
Yeah, it sucks.
He's got a puke.
Yeah.
My who booked that is whatever that was with the tag teams tonight. Just why have a singles match, tag match, the whole thing, and book that or tease that they might be breaking up. The whole thing was like whatever to me. I don't know. Brian, you and the board, who booked that?
My who booked that was, you know what? Mine's a little bit different. I want to do a who booked that, and I want to shake his hand because of how I actually really like the Sami Zayn Corbin quick roll up win. I like that Zayn didn't even get any kind of offense or anything. It just kind of gave a quick 1, 2, 3, and that was it. And then we got to see.
But most of his wins are that way.
Another fluke,
I know, and then
I
know, but this one at least was a little bit different. At least we didn't. It wasn't the haluva kick and then 1, 2, 3. At least this was just.
I don't know that I feel this was different.
It was a little bit different. I mean, at least there was no offense involved. I thought that was strange.
Okay, who booked that from the board?
What the fuck? What are you eating?
You gonna play poker?
Yeah, Rob's playing poker over here.
No, I thought about this the other day and I forgot to do it. But when we do trivia and the award segments, rather than keeping tallies of the scores, we should give everybody a chip.
Well, we could do that because I stopped.
That would be great for me to get those chips.
You shut your mouth, whore.
I'll throw them in the box with your T-shirt. which by the way, I found it. It was in the pile of diapers. I gotta mail that. Any event, who booked that from the board?
Let's see. Daniel Price, who booked that? Owens whining like a little brat.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Whining his way into the match.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Who booked that for Noah was... What the fuck? Jinder's plumber.
Why do you bother reading anything fucking Noah right?
He says Jinder's plumber.
You always go... Noah says... No, I'm not going to read that. No, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, so who booked that?
Stop stirring the pot.
Who booked that reading Noah's comment? What did Christopher Stikelether say, Brian?
Who booked that? Ginger's celebration was like the Great Khali Championship celebration. They could have did something different. I don't really remember that.
Yeah, I asked about that. I wonder what his was like earlier.
It was this was more Bollywood-like, way more Bollywood-like, way more pageantry. Juan wants to point out, Steve, that 3 more subscriptions and you're going through a table.
Ooh. It looked like it says 2 when I checked it a minute ago.
Oh, he says 2. Juan's not good at math.
Let's make that happen by the end of the show.
Unless it's stealing baby pictures. Angry.
Yeah, it can be fake accounts, man. We got
fake news.
ATM Paul says he wants a chip. He stopped drinking 2 minutes ago.
Quitter.
You get your 2-minute chip. What the fuck? All right, who got the rub is where we're going to go on to next. Starting us off is going to be Bob. Who got the rub, Bob?
Zayn.
There you go. Even in the win, because he had no offense, I agree with that one, Bob. That was my exact answer.
I can't read lips, Kiera.
Steve, what's yours?
What was that again?
Who got the rub?
Jinder.
Okay. Yeah, you got a big pageantry celebration. I'll give it to you. Kiera?
Okay, explain this to me one more time.
Who got the rub? It is somebody who got a push tonight, not necessarily a win or a championship or a title. They showed something. So, like, the reason I counted, normally I wouldn't count somebody that got a win like Sami Zayn, but me and Bob both picked it because the guy had no offense and just did a roll-up to win. And then got his ass kicked afterwards.
Okay, I don't know if this goes within
this will
it.
be amazing. I'm calling it right now. This will be the answer of the night.
I don't know. I have Tyler Breeze and Fandango winning their singles match against the Usos.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, why not?
that's
that
it's
works.
an opportunity
They're
for
the
them.
tag team
Give her a coin.
champions.
Yeah.
Give her,
And I love the Breezango whole.
Here, catch. Get a chip. There you go.
There's just gonna be chips
Wasn't
all
ready
over
for
this
that.
floor.
But
Did you
Please.
not catch that? Don't
It
read
hit my
Noah's,
hand.
Adam. Don't
I'm
read
not.
Noah's.
I'm not. A late who booked that from ATM Paul. He says Sami Zayn finished what was his finish was taken from an NJPW match a few days ago. Honestly, that finish has probably been duplicated a ton. I don't think there's
sure.
Yeah, I don't think that's just.
If New Japan does it, they did it first.
Yeah, I could probably think of.
There's been quick roll-ups like
back
this
to the
all
Hogan
time.
era.
Right,
I can
right.
think.
Fruit roll-ups.
Yeah, that's tough. Rob on the board, perfect 11. Ziggler for somehow finding himself back in the main event picture. Not too bad. Daniel Price, Shinsuke Nakamura. I wouldn't call that necessarily a rub. He got the pin on KO tonight. That's more of a push than a rub. Stike Leather, he says Sammy for beating Corbin twice in a span of 3 days. And Noah says Sean Stasiak when he was meat. That was his rub. So good job for you.
Wow.
And finally, line of the night, I'm going to kick it off, is Brian trying to say Maharaja. To me, that was the only line of the night that kept making me laugh, was him trying to say that.
Say it.
Maharaja.
Maserati.
Yeah, there you go. Bob, do you have a line of the night? Bob, can you hear me over the laughter?
Yeah.
Do you have one?
Line of the night was actually Nakamura saying, "This might be the house you built, but when I win Money in the Bank, it will become my playground."
Oh yeah, that was a really good one.
For a guy who's not great at English, that was a cool fucking line.
I was about to say, cool lines is what I'm going to say.
I do like it. I think it's a cool line, but they keep playing on Big Dog and Yard and My House, and I don't know. That was the only thing I didn't like about
My
it.
world, man.
Rob, did you have a line of the night?
Nope.
Nope, no bumps for you. Do you have a line of the night,
I didn't really have
Steve?
one either.
All right. You already did yours. What do you got, Kiera? Line of the night?
I didn't have anything either. I mean,
Yeah, no surprise.
would you please? All right.
And what do you got, Brian?
For me, actually, it was during the opening segment when Baron Corbin tried to cut a promo and his microphone wasn't working, and the KO offered up. He said, "Hey, do you want to borrow my mic?" Or and I don't know, just reached out. I thought it was just a funny ad-libbed line of the night, unlike my lines of the night that I just
Mitsubishi.
spoke. Words are tough. Yeah,
I was
Mitsubishi.
confused by it.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. Let's see, on the board, Daniel Price's line of the night, South Park Styles made me break out into Blame Canada. That's good. Let's see, Christopher Stikelether, Byron telling JBL that he had a dress thrown at him at Backlash.
Noah thinking outside the box on line of the night. He says the hairline on Baron Corbin's head.
Oh, brutal.
And who did you say, not to bring up 205 Live, but you said you thought Drew Gulak looked like he got plugs?
He did. He definitely did. He looked like his hair was a lot.
He's going for the
thicker.
No-M Dark.
And I know
Man
he
look.
just got married recently, I believe. So maybe he
got I
tried
like
for all those those.
I think
the wedding
Stevie's right.
pictures.
He got that Lego haircut from Noam Dar, or possibly even just borrowed that top. You can put that on any one of the Legos' heads.
Everybody awesome.
All right, let's go to.
Excuse me. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Oh, shit.
All right, that's it. Now it's my turn. 5 minutes alone. That's all I need.
So, I was going to talk a little bit about the Jinder thing, but we brought that up earlier. The other thing I wanted to mention about, because I was not on Backlash, and I just wanted to give my take on it. I thought that Nakamura's debut was exactly what it needed to be, should have been, and I'm really excited for it. He didn't go and show all of his repertoire. He didn't pull out all the stops. He was fairly limited, but it made me think of AJ Styles' debut. AJ Styles slowly showed what he was capable of match after match after match, increasing his moveset, showcasing his ability, and was a nice slow build, even though he was always in the storyline picture. If that's what they're going to do, and it appears to be that way with Nakamura, I'm fine with this being his debut. You don't want to blow your wad in your very first match, and we all know that watched him on NXT that he's fully capable of much, much more than that. But I think that was a very good jumping off point. I don't know how much it was covered there by you guys, but I was really in favor of it, and I really like that build and program. On a second note, I want to one more time bitch about Ty Dillinger being thrown on the pre-show in a thing that's just not mattered. Like, why move these people up if you do not have a program? Ty Dillinger is quickly becoming the next Tyler Breeze. They're going to find him a tag team partner. He doesn't have. They're not doing anything with him. They're not involving him. This would have been the perfect time tonight if KO doesn't whine himself into Money in the Bank. This would be a perfect time to put Dillinger against KO. He didn't even have to win. He could lose by screw job. You don't take any heat off him. This would have been the perfect job time to introduce him maybe against Rowan, because Rowan and Harper can go and they're not being used right. SmackDown is the land of opportunity, and a lot of people are being used right, and some people are being forgotten about.
Right now, it's like negative 10.
You were blowing my fucking mind right now.
No, I'm not saying
Rowan can go.
Rowan can go in the ring.
When can Rowan go?
Rowan, I mean, Harper's way better than Rowan, but Rowan is not somebody that...
Rowan needs a big guy, though.
He's
I'm going to agree with Adam on this one.
Yeah, he's Baron Corbin-level worker. I mean, he's a guy that has shown a lot of promise and improvement in the ring since his post-Wyatt whatever, and he's had a couple really good matches recently. Same way Harper impressed me back, now Rowan's impressing me the same way.
Did you see the match they had, Rowan and Harper?
Yes, I saw the one the week before.
And you thought that was good?
I'm saying that they could use him more, and I think that he could go and be elevated if worked and booked right. Yes.
I don't think there's any fucking silver lining for Rowan at all. I think he's done.
I don't know. But I think it would be a perfect push for Ty Dillinger to go and beat Rowan and get over on a guy that's bigger than him and have a kind of program.
Tonight, they had an opportunity for Owens to come in that ring and bitch about not being in that Money in the Bank, and for Shane to go, you already have a title, and you now have to, and you have your own ladder match you have to think about, because you'll be defending it in a 6-man ladder match for your title, and here are your opponents.
That
you bring out Harper, you bring out Rowan, you bring out guys like that, you bring out a member of Ascension, shit like that, or just have people who have to fight to be in the match.
Exactly.
Something.
Okay.
Mojo.
Exactly. Mojo would be a perfect candidate in that. There's lots of guys on the roster that could be elevated, that could get works, that could get pushes, and they didn't. None of those people that we all just named even came out tonight.
Nope.
We have 4 weeks to build for the next promo, and we just tied up all our main event talent in one match, and nobody else gets mentioned.
Wait a minute. I have a question. So you didn't like the Dillinger pre-show debut?
I liked it. My point is, and somebody on the board said this, and they got me to their side of the thing. At least he gets a debut where he's going to win. My point is why do anything with him if you're not going to really do anything with him?
They absolutely did something with him. I don't know why I'm alone on this one. I mean, look, he had a debut.
Wrong?
It feels more like a push for Aiden English than it does for Ty Dillinger.
No, they both had a pre-show match. They're both relatively rookies on the roster. That's acceptable for them to have a pre-show match, number one. Number two, both of them played their characters exactly how they were supposed to play them. Number three, the crowd was into both of them, whether it was heel or the 10 or whatever the case may be. Both characters got over with the crowd in that match. The match itself was solid wrestling.
And
no
shouldn't
botches.
have been booked on the pre-show, is my point.
I don't disagree. If you look at the other matches, yes. Should it have been on there instead of the women? Yes. But just looking at it without that, they are two rookie wrestlers on the main roster. They are making a name for themselves, and the pre-show needs a little pop too.
But one was kind of a general on NXT.
Well, okay, that's NXT.
That's not really a rookie.
Well, it's a rookie for the main roster.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I think that their placement, if the other matches would have been better, okay, if the women's match and the Harper match wouldn't have sucked, then their match would have been perfect placement. An entertaining match for the pre-show. You don't just want an automatic shit match, do you? No.
No, but I mean, they had... I guess I'm just mad that all they did with him was have a match against Aiden English and another match against Aiden English.
It was a good match.
They repeated it. Well, but anyway, that's
time
me.
will tell.
That's your
You're
bitch.
such a dick.
So that is the end of the Asshole Asylum. We got Takedown coming up on Thursday. You get to watch tomorrow night the pre-show matches from TakeOver Chicago, and Brian's going to discuss all the happenings and stuff from Takedown with Rob and Goldo.
Yeah, we're going to do a TakeOver, our TakeOver reaction.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to watch it.
Not now, Baton.
I'm going to watch it tomorrow and dissect it.
Yes.
And take my time with it.
And one of the things...
glorious.
One of the things that I told Brian, because it doesn't ruin anything, that I just thought was weird about TakeOver, Rob, was during the Bobby Roode and Hideo match, they cut to Kevin Owens, Cassius Ohno, and Pat Patterson sitting together ringside.
That is odd.
And I thought that was the oddest fucking combo of three people I could imagine together.
That may have been the most exciting part of that match.
Say it again. Who was it?
It was Cassius Ohno, Pat Patterson was sitting in the middle, and Kevin Owens. Just very. I'd
love to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah. Who decided
those,
that you three
those
are going to
three,
go
but
sit?
not that match, because that match was bleh.
Maybe they should have Mystery Science Theater 3000 that match.
I think Hideo should go back to Japan. Boring.
That sounds racist.
Revoke his visa.
No, he's from fucking Japan, Brian.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that makes sense.
It would be racist if he said like China and he was
Oh yeah,
Japanese.
racist fucking Maserati. Okay, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
It's not like he called them the Durga boys.
Yeah, it's not like Bob and Kiera telling you
Durka.
all the Hindis that they're Muslim. That was great. Anything
You're from Africa.
Anything on the board, Brian?
Well, I mean, they were all kind of agreeing with you about your asshole asylum rant.
Yes.
They were saying that they do see your side of things, so you can sleep well at night for that, Adam. There you go.
Thank you, Perfect 11. Go ahead and read that.
Perfect 11?
Yeah.
That was me.
Rowan and Harper in the pre-show would have done nothing to warm the crowd up. It echoes Rob's point.
Thank you.
And it is a valid one that I did not consider.
It wouldn't have. I mean, but who wants to? They're big men. You don't really want to see a big man match like that to warm up the crowd, especially for pre-show.
Don't read Noah.
Yeah. So, anyway, so we've got that Rawsome coming up on Monday. What else we got to plug?
Hey, you should go ahead and you should go ahead and put Noah in timeout for that.
All right, you want to? Let's figure out how to do that.
Go all the way to the right-hand side. You'll see the three dots next to his name.
All right.
And then you click on that, and it'll give you the options. It says, put him in timeout. Noah's in timeout. Yeah.
Glorious. That's the most glorious thing.
Bob is, like, touching himself right now. Thank you for that.
Dude, Noah lives or dies. I don't give a fuck. I'm just tired of hearing the stupid shit that comes out of
Well, I'm glad he's in
brain.
timeout so he couldn't hear that. Okay.
It's really hot in here. Let's wrap this show up.
Take off all your clothes.
Last call. Let's do it, boys. Start with the girl. Kiera, your last call.
You're doing last call and Noah just got timed out?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pure Adam fashion.
That's all right. Kiera do fucking 300 seconds of dead air. It's all right.
What? Well, I'm trying to get my... Why are you coming to me? You did it on purpose, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay, well, I don't know. My last call would probably be what's going to happen with Breezango. I mean, they're hitting it off pretty well right now, but I don't know. With this win that they had against the Usos, I'm thinking maybe something's going to come of it. Are they going to, I don't know, give it a shot?
Sure.
Give it a shot?
Sure, last call. Don't look at us.
Yeah, don't look at me.
Just leaving it out there.
I'll give you as many shots as you want.
So, you got some Fireball?
Sure.
All right.
Sounds good. Mr. 305. What do you got over there, Stevie? What's your last call?
2 more subscribers.
2 more. 2 fucking more.
2.
Daniel Price has something.
And then it's me after.
Bob, you'll get this reference. I don't know if you'll like it or not, but I think it's funny enough to read. He says that Bob is tweaking his nipples right now like Farmer Fran from Waterboy because we put Noah in timeout. I think that's funny.
I've seen the movie. Yeah.
What do you got, Rob? What's your last call?
Oh, on the spot. I'm still drinking, so I don't have one.
All right, no last call for you. What do you got over there, Bob, in Memphis?
I'm really excited to see. We're on the precipice of another really good, I would say, civil war or major debate within the wrestling industry. It was kayfabe or no kayfabe. Do we let people know the truth or not? Then it was violence or no violence. Should blood reign supreme, or should we? Now it's headlock and diving. It's flippy shit versus talent, or the talent of storytelling. And
hey, Bob, what did you say this?
Huh?
What did you say this afternoon when you were asking us around when you mentioned flippy shit?
What do you mean?
When you were talking about which one we prefer?
Which side do you stand on?
Mm-hmm.
It was headlocks or flippy shit or some. Yeah. I'm just wondering what side people. My question earlier today was just what side do people stand on? Do they, are they in favor of the Osprey and Ricochet style? Are they more in the Rock and Austin style, where you had to tell a story and you didn't do all the spot and chain shit? And I think we're about to see the next evolution of pro wrestling, where we're going to see those two things melded more.
Bob, since you say that, do you know? And I feel the perfect meld of this. He doesn't get very much credit. Is Mustafa Ali? He doesn't just do flippy shit.
But no, Mustafa Ali is a perfect example. You know what? Eddie was the master of it. And unfortunately, we don't have people like Eddie and Dean and Benoit. They could do the flippy shit, but they could tell stories. Jericho is the godfather of this. But unfortunately, the indie scene is just full of a lot of Osprey and Ricochet, and I'm not a big fan of that.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. Daniel Price says, what if all the Orton versus the Indies is just kayfabe trolling to sign Osprey and have him show up to challenge Orton?
I don't think so.
Osprey injured yet?
I don't know.
No, he's good.
Yeah. So last call for Brian, you and the board.
I don't know. I mean, I guess the first night as having Jinder Mahal as our world champion, I guess it wasn't all that terrible. I mean, we didn't really have to see him wrestle. I mean, I guess, and even his entire presence on the show was actually quite enjoyable, I have to say. So, I mean, this episode it wasn't that bad, for even though there really wasn't all that wrestling on it. The
main event made up for it.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess it really just kind of it did tease a main event for Money in the Bank, or a big match at Money in the Bank, where that I'm really fucking looking forward to all six of those guys. And that is it. And I'm gonna watch NXT TakeOver tomorrow. Fucking finally.
That's the facts.
Last call for Juan. He says Dean Ambrose sucks balls. That's a wrong show.
Works.
Last call for Daniel Price. Adam, parenthood is a scary journey, but behind the big kid, you have a big heart, and I know you will do your best even when you doubt yourself. Good luck on fatherhood, brother.
Well,
Thank you,
sir. You read them like a
That
book.
was very sweet.
Oh, apparently Noah's out of timeout. He's back on the board. Perfect 11 has a great point to go along with what Bob said. Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne proved that you can have flippy shit and headlocks in the same match, and it can tear the house down. Brian, you haven't seen that match yet.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah,
but
you know,
I know the results.
Tyler Bates still, as good as that match was, he is still a fucking no-sell.
Ooh, and Perfect 11 has an even better last call here. Jinder just gave the championship more relevance in one day than Randy Orton did his entire run.
Yeah.
This last one, yeah.
That is way too fucking true.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
I got a last call.
Wow. Okay, you ready?
Yeah. If you did not listen to it, I invite you to listen to our Markster Peace Theater from Monday Night Rawsome.
I just want to hear it because Idiocracy is a great place to start.
I thought it was going to be a complete shithouse, and it turned out to be a shithouse, but it was a fun shithouse. So.
Right, like character flaws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did impressions before Kiara did.
Well, we did them a long time ago. I just didn't have a segment idea for Kiara and thought that if I forced her into this, she would come up with one, but she liked that too much.
Yeah.
Are we comparing the two segments?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Ha! He sees my point.
He sees my point.
No, I have to go back. What is it? Somewhere Golda is screaming, "Fuck you, Rob." I
don't get it.
I thought Golda did great at Paul Bear. I heard.
Oh, he
I haven't
did.
listened to the
It was
segment
great.
yet.
He's a little too hot on the mic.
The whole hand thing.
But he was
on
he
the
was good.
throat.
It was good.
Oh, yeah. The whole.
Yep. Ooh, yeah.
He's got those jowls to make it.
He actually here if you didn't know it because you couldn't see the video. He actually, while he was doing Paul Bearer, he would grab his turkey neck,
Yeah, that's what.
and he would go.
Yeah.
He would actually shake it. So, yeah.
Wow.
But can I, okay. Give me a line that a Russian would say.
I must break you.
Steve?
Oh,
wait.
You gotta do it like
Nikita Koloff.
What? God almighty.
This is great.
I must break you. I can't. I was in the character last
Sounds
night.
like a monster in the closet.
Dude, it was fucking. It was
Oh,
great.
man.
It was great. Okay, I'm done. Sorry.
All right. My last call. One quick thing. It's got what plants crave. Don't forget.
Pork.
And one of the other things that I wanted to mention for my last call, kind of an echo at the end of Bob's, he was talking about Jericho being the godfather, but it was basically where my last call was going, not to credit Jericho, but just to bring him up. Is there a chance, Money in the Bank is no DQ, is there a chance that he shows up at Money in the Bank and fucks with that match?
Who?
That would be after his tour dates, yeah.
Yeah, so he could come in and he can take KO out, or he can take somebody out of that match, and maybe that's why KO was thrown in there or something like that, because
that's a possibility.
Jericho's going to come back and elevate everything again when he returns. So, and New Day, I assume since they were on Talking Smack tonight, that means that they're going to be back in action next week. So let's hopefully finally see them debut. Other than that, I was glad to be back. Had a hectic weekend, very little sleep. Thought we had some fun shows, good topics tonight. Thank you guys all for joining us tonight. Tune in next week. Same Smart time, same Smart channel.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Marked Out Podcast is recorded, edited, distributed, and marketed at U-Record Studios in Charlotte, North Carolina. For more information on optimizing your podcast for increased listenership, check out U-Record on Facebook, Twitter, and email sales@urecordstudios.com or visit the website www.urecordstudios.com.
Yes! 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 Yes!
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.
Go away, fat man.